first thing you want to do is make sure that the wheel is aligned in the bike, that it's tight. There's no play in the wheel. It's aligned in the bike and that it's tight, okay? So open your skewer up, and I usually grab one spoke with my finger like that, drop the wheel down, and then pull it back up like that. Nice and tight, make sure it's in there straight. And a couple things about the skewer. You want to make sure it says closed, and you know that it's tight when it hits straight out. Okay, it'll be loose, then it'll start, then you fold it on over. That's how you know it's tight enough. But there's no play in the wheel. I mean, I'm jiggling it, there's nothing there. All right, so we know that the wheel is in there straight. The next thing we want to do is check this bolt. If that bolt's loose, then it's not going to do you any good. And honestly, if your wheel's loose or crooked and your hanger bolt is loose or crooked, it's not going to shift right. It's just not going to happen. Okay, so we know that bolt's in there tight. We know that the wheel's in there tight and straight. We know there's no play. The next thing we need to do is remove the rear derailleur. All right, before I remove the derailleur, I'm going to show you a little trick here. Just to make life a little bit easier, we'll go ahead and shift this front derailleur down to the granny. All right, and then we'll do the same in the back. We'll shift it down to where it's in the smallest cogs. All right, and when it's in the smallest and the smallest, it's going to give you a little more slack. If you have a clutch, you want to open the clutch now. You want to turn the clutch off. There'll be an on-off switch right there. Okay, now another little trick when you're trying to get this thing off of there, grab a hold of the derailleur and just kind of pull back on it a little bit. I like these 3-ways wrenches. Who doesn't? And you're kind of pushing back a little bit like that to help get it off of there. If you look on the back of this thing, there's a little tab right there that has to go behind that tab. All right, that's out of the way. Next, you're going to want to level the bike. Need to be level with the ground. Okay, this is your derailleur hanger alignment tool. Derailleur alignment gauge, I guess, is the new school, 2.2. Well, I would highly recommend getting this 2.2 version because this has a longer shaft on it, and some of the other ones don't have this. And the newer bikes, the older one will work on this one, but the newer ones, some of them are hard to get to. Okay, be careful when you thread this in. Okay, if it doesn't just slide right in, then don't force it. This one's kind of being particular, so there it goes. Pull this down, open her up. Okay, and it's right perfectly there. So you're going to do the bottom, pull it up, spin it around, do the top, pull it down, go to the back, and you can see we're just a hair out right there. No big deal. But I'm going to just barely bend it, and then looking at my derailleur hanger and how it's bending, and you're just going to have to use some common sense on that stuff. You snap it off, you just got to buy another one, and they get weaker, so you always want to carry one. But I'd say that's within spec. I mean, I can get it just a little bit better, but I mean seriously, we are within our range. But you see the procedure there. Okay, you take your hand and you go in behind here. Okay, take this 2 hands, push the cage down. Okay, push the cage down. Put your thumb up right there. And see how I've got that derailleur? Like that. Okay, this is going to be free moving, and you got to make sure that piece right there, you want to make sure that piece right there is behind this right here.